Hello there, only One Kenobi here, only one, and welcome to another Phantom Menace opening, a Kaadu. This is awesome because I was just sort of like running out of things to review for Phantom Menace, and then I got a lovely delivery from a Patreon supporter called Luke B. And thanks so much, Luke. You sent me that, and I got that yesterday. I'm filming this on Sunday, the 5th, and yeah, man, it's just brilliant. So I have just reviewed this. This is the full Olympus not long ago, and then I got Sebulba's Pod Racer. And there they are side by side. These are just great creatures and sets that you could get back in the day. And I want to open this and review it for you now. Of course, the Kaadu. You can get another Kaadu that's in the Power of the Jedi line, which comes with Tarpals. And then I also thought I would I just got these down from the shelves so we can have another look at the different other variants of Jar Jar, including this one from the Mos Espa Encounter. That's the way it should be set up with the footmarks, but I have, as you might have seen in my previous video, check that review out because I didn't like him there. I had Annie here, as it should be, and I had my articulated Jar Jar from the vintage collection lying on the ground. So it just looked better. You know, he's talking to him there, getting into Sebulba's face. There you go, just put him on his own stand. Yeah, well, I'll come back to these in a minute so we can have a little bit of a comparison of all the Jar Jar figures that are available. But for now, I think it's time we get this open. Before I do that, let's have a look at the packaging. Usually lovely paint applications in these lines from yesteryear. All that whole Phantom Menace line from 1999, the figures were just really good. Multi-articulation, they went beyond 5 POA. You know, they had like wrist articulations and occasionally some swivels on the elbows and certain joints, but there he is there. Camera sound, freeze frame that. And then there's some other items here. There's that Jar Jar. There it is, that's what I think is probably one of the best looking. He's just dropped his staff, but I like this one, just the eyes. Very kind of standard. When he's calm, you know. And look at that. Great figures. Totally underrated. This one's a bit more wild, look at him. And then this one, I like it from that angle. It's great because you can articulate him with the leather goods as well. But he looks quite young, quite wild, almost like he does in the Clone Wars. He's skinnier in the Clone Wars, if you've seen the Dave Filoni Clone Wars. Anyway, enough waffle about that. I think it's time we get it open. Let's do it. Right, come to that in a minute. Here's this booklet again. I wonder how this varies from the other ones. Let's have a quick flip through. That looks different, is that right? This 12-inch scale stuff there? Interesting. Maybe there was a variety of different stuff in each one, I can't remember. There's that vehicle there, that's Flash Speeder. You know, you barely see that. Why didn't they make a bongo? I think you could get a bongo in the Action Fleet, but why there was no bongo in this line? It's a perfect size for a vehicle, and they definitely didn't do it, unless somebody can confirm that. But I think they did do it in the Action Fleet. You know what I mean by the bongo? That's the ship, the little speeder boat that they took from Otto Gunga through the planet core. Now, go. Let's get on to the main course. And there's Jar Jar. I've just got my first look at the Kaadu as well. Like he's poking his head out in there. There he is. Let's get this guy loose, man. Ooh, yeah. Now it's better than way better than I thought it would be. In the pictures, admittedly, I've not really seen many of them loose. I've not watched any reviews on them, I don't think. Can't remember now, but in the picture on the packaging, it doesn't really do it justice. It looks more plasticky there, but when you get it, well, especially I'm filming in natural light, when you get it in natural light here and you get it and see it in person for real, it's got a much more realistic texture to it. I think that's got something to do with the light coming off it, but They did do some good beasts back then. Back especially when they did the Power of the Force 2 for the original trilogy. And they obviously very well... They carried it on very well for this. Right, I don't like how he stands though. That's ridiculous. I'm going to figure this out in a minute. But what's going on here? Doesn't stand on two... Oh yeah, hang on. I've got him. Have I got him now? He's settled down a bit there. I couldn't get him to stand on 2 feet. There's some kind of hinge action going on there, which I don't understand. So we could see if there's any instructions going on here. Oh yes, it says here to repeatedly press Kaadu's saddlebag for realistic running action. I see. So if you press this... Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. If you press this... Yeah, you get a bit of that, do you? So I suppose to get him to stand, I'm just guessing you just have to manipulate it like I just did. It took a while just to get a bit of balance. Oh, God. There's no peg holes, so I'm thinking... What's on the base there? Hasbro, China, 1998. Awesome. Well, of course, the products were made then. The film came out in 1999. Right, yeah, I think we're going to have to manipulate that by putting a little bit of blue tack on it. Look at it. It's constantly wanting to move. It's so annoying, actually. That's annoying me. It's not a problem. As I say, that's rectifiable. I wish it would just stand independent. Come on, man. For the sake of a play feature, that's annoying. But, well, there you go. He's standing kind of on one hinge. It reminds me a little bit of the Gonk droid had that kind of feature. It was very hard to get him to stand. You could get around that by wrapping some wire around him. Just wrap some wire around his legs for now. Just to keep him still. I can't find any blue tack yet. So I just want to review the guy, get close on him and have a look. We'll get Jar Jar out in a minute. So, it's the head sculpt. Wow, look at the eyes. You don't really get any close-ups of them in the movie unless I wasn't paying attention. And if I watch it again, I'll have a look and see if we can see that. Look at his eyes. You can just imagine them in motion. I might watch it again and see if we do see them moving around. Using that digital technology, the CGI, I'm sure they would have made them look a bit spectacular. So as I say, just ignore the the tie there, but that's just for now. And there's a load of these, am I right? A load of them on the front line go forward with these. In fact, in the trailer, you see they're kind of waddling through, and you can see they're wearing feathers and stuff that kind of go through. I'm pretty sure they're on these. They're not on the full opposite. These are a bit more nimble, as it says. Yes, it did in fact say that they were nimble on the packaging, as you'd expect them to be. Look at them; they look like Gallimimus. Gallimimus. And
that's probably what George was thinking. So capitalize on the popularity of Jurassic Park. Yeah.
Maybe he was thinking about capitalizing on the popularity of Jurassic Park. Indeed. Nice creature though, there's that there, the nice soft texture there. And yeah, another beast to add to the collection. The only thing about this thing I'm worried about, or was worried about before purchase, was the state of the Jar Jar. Let's have another look at him. He's got quite a worried face there. I remember him looking more like this in the battle. When he's on the top, he looked serious. I love that. This is probably still my favourite figure of Jar Jar Binks. Steady. But he won't be mounting that creature in a hurry. Look at that. It's not designed to. This one is. Is he? Is he wide enough? We'll soon find out. Got another one of those boomer sticks, as has he. He'd be better on it, although he doesn't even have ball-jointed hips. Yeah, interesting. Right, I'll tell you what. Let's mount the camera and find out what's going on with the one that's designed to go on top of it. Just nice to open something mint, isn't it? You know what I mean? Ah, look at the way. I understand now why his hand's like that, to hold the saddle, maybe. He has got a... Oh, yeah. Oh, wow. Look at that. He has got a wider stance. There's no ball joint, but it's just the shape of the hinge means that when the legs are up, it goes wider. And also he has got... Speaking of hinges, he does have a knee... A hinge on the knee there. Almost like a ball joint, but it doesn't swivel. I like it. I can see now how this is going to work. So let's get him on. Right, we got it. The only thing I'm not liking about the figure is the head sculpt. I think it's the wrong choice. I think it would have been better if he'd had one like that. I mean, if there's a way of head swapping, it is possible maybe. I mean, what's this joint like? You know, what do they call it? I've never done it in my life. You'd have to speak to Lax Sivrak. Boil and pop. It might be worth it just to change the head on that. Yeah, that's a swivel. So that's it's possible, I guess. I don't know. I've never done anything like that. Boil and pop, I presume, just softens the plastic and then you can pull out these sockets. They're like little plugs, aren't they, those sockets? It's possible. I don't even think I'm going to bother putting him on because I don't like his face either. I like him from this angle here, like that. Just looks great, a bit more, quite organic looking figure because of the fact he's got the leather pants there and then, well, not pants, but you know what I mean. Caramel, whatever you call them. Karma, I don't know. And then, yeah, he's also quite good to articulate, to have him as a Jar Jar that's been pushed over by Sebulba. This guy is just a bit wild looking, like he's been chased by the MTTs at the very beginning, that first shot, Jar Jar, you know, when I was thinking about having him in front of loads of STAPs or something, STAPs and stuff like that. Loads of options, but my god, my Jar Jar collection is growing, not alone my Beast collection, but I'm happy with this one. Really like that. Really nice. It's not too bad, the facial sculpt of the of the Jar Jar. I'd say that that's less when he's saying steady, but more for when he is ouch time, you know, when they're all getting attacked, because that must have been quite a scary thing for those Gungans. They had shields and they had defense, but it was risky, especially when they can walk inside the bubble of the shield. They've got to be on guard and fighting on. Anyway, I hope you have enjoyed that video. That was the Kaadu, ladies and gentlemen. And in case you're interested, I've put it there on the shelves, so you've got the full lump of sit, and then he's just there, which is quite good because the angle he's on means you can't see the ties on the legs. And also, you can't see the face. The Boomba thing is in his hand there, whatever you want to call that. The Boomba on a stick, because the face isn't the best feature of this figure set. So that is just about right. You know, you can just get a sense of Jar Jar atop that Kaadu. And then across, we have the two pod racers separated by that beautiful jewel. Those three there. Anyway, that's just the way I've got things set up on the top shelf now for the Phantom Menace. Loving it. More to come soon. This has been Only One Kenobi. Only one. Out.